Today, Iran says it launched more missiles targeting U.S. bases and facilities in the Middle East. Kuwait and Jordan says they intercepted hostile drones and missiles. The U.S. also carried out more strikes on U.S. aircraft fired at an oil tanker that attempted to violate the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports. U.S. Central Command says the tanker ignored multiple warnings. The White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, saying this.
The president is not going to allow them to fire on ships in the Strait without paying a consequence for that.
The war is nearing 5 months now, and sources say President Trump held a meeting this week to discuss options, renewing his threat to bomb Iranian bridges and power plants as soon as next week.
I don't like giving deadlines, but they pretty much know. They know the story. They better behave.
The war is driving gas prices back up, especially diesel. The national average price of diesel is back up to about $5 a gallon, according to AAA. But here in Iowa, the average for diesel is lower at $4.65. The national average for regular gas is also rising. Right now, it's $3.94. Now, the U.S. is set to start imposing a 25% tariff on some Brazilian imports. It comes following a year-long probe that determined Brazil took part in unfair trade practices. According to a U.S. trade representative, policies from Brazil hurt American interests in various areas, including digital trade and ethanol market access. Tariffs are planned to go into effect on July 22nd. Brazil is calling the tariffs unjustifiable and is vowing to impose reciprocal tariffs. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and representatives from 65 countries are in Washington, D.C. to discuss alleged far-left political terrorism. Some at the event blamed the far left for assassination attempts against President Trump and the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Rubio called on countries in the room to help the U.S. fight left-wing groups. Critics have accused the Trump administration of politicizing the threat they pose and say far-right extremists and groups like ISIS are more dangerous. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced a new testosterone screening protocol for some service members. The testing will be part of annual health screenings for troops 30 years and older and is optional for younger troops. Questions remain, though, for how it will be implemented, the cost, and potential career consequences for troops with low testosterone. It's the latest move in Hegseth's push to reshape soldiers' health and fitness.
And by addressing these health markers early, we're keeping you on the leading edge of lethality and giving you the same level of support that you give this nation, the absolute best.
It's unclear if female troops will be offered similar hormone screening. The Pentagon has not said what it considers to be an acceptable testosterone level and did not provide a timeline for when testing will begin. Well, the man who often operates President Trump's teleprompter made over $100,000 placing bets on prediction markets about what Trump would say in his speeches. According to ABC, Gabriel Perez is in talks to settle allegations he used inside knowledge to win the money. Sources say Perez bet on over a dozen speeches over 3 months. Trump often deviates from his planned remarks, and in some cases, sources say investigators found times when Perez backed out of certain bets mid-speech. The White House says Trump is aware of the allegations.
Spoke with him about it. He believes it's deeply unfortunate and frankly a disgrace. He's on unpaid administrative leave right now.
Kalishi's attorney says their surveillance team promptly flagged and referred these trades to the CFTC, and we are cooperating with assisting regulators. Kalishi has a policy against users placing bets on information obtained from their jobs. Today, new details about the primetime address President Trump is set to deliver tonight. Sources say the speech is expected to reveal intelligence claiming that China had the ability to interfere in the 2020 presidential election and that Beijing may have gained access to U.S. voter data. The White House has not commented. An intelligence community assessment in 2021 found no indication any foreign actor altered the 2020 vote.